What one thing in rehab that I learned, like probably within the first. Actually, you were sitting there with me when. So do you remember this girl Taylor? She was a Marine. She came up and she sat next to us, and we were talking about why we were there, like what brought us there and how we got there. And I was like, yeah, I was smoking crack. And she was like, what? That's crazy. Like, damn, like it's not, did she said something about how like, oh, I thought you might have just been here for like doing cocaine or something like that. And I'm like, it's the same fucking thing. Yeah. And then I realized that like so many people don't know a goddamn thing about this, but want to give their input. Yeah. So maybe I should listen to the people who do this. Yeah. Yeah. Because like even like my best friend, at one point I was having like a mental breakdown. This is way before. This is like month and maybe a year before like I ended up in rehab. And I was, I had spent a night out doing blow and like drinking and the normal partying things that like bartenders and service industry folks do. And he goes, oh, you're fine, you just need to slow down, because I'm crying. I'm like, dude, I think I need help. And he's in the mental health field, right? And he tells me I just need help. But then like when somebody tells him that, mentions crack to him, that I was doing that, he like loses his mind. And I'm like, it's kind of the same. Yeah. Yeah. And then I was like talking to a friend of mine who we had gone back and forth, and I didn't know this at the time, but like there's no physical withdrawal from cocaine. I didn't know that, which kind of sucks going into rehab, because you're really tired and you're really sad and nobody gives a fuck, and they're just like, nah, you don't have any physical. Medically, you're okay. Yeah, medically, you're okay. Yeah. Get your ass in them groups and stay up all day, even though you haven't slept for 3 days. Yeah. So it's like, people get coming in with alcohol and like heroin and opiates.
That first detox was so bad.
They get the meds and like I just get to be sad and tired for a few days.
Yeah, I was sick at first. Oh, I felt so like heavy, like my whole body. That first one was the worst one. That first detox, my whole body was like heavy and like I couldn't move. I was sore and like everything happening with the shitting and the vomiting and the like sleeping. Like, it was a mess. Those ham sandwiches in that joint like saved my life. Ham sandwiches and Gatorade, yo.
Oh shit.
That stuff saved my life because it was awful. But then, so the medical like detox is over, and then the feelings come. Then the like crying and the tired and just the shame and guilt, like all that stuff that I stuffed down every time I picked up, that came back. So that first like week in rehab, oh, it was the worst.
I think what also like what a lot of people don't understand about rehab, and like definitely go if you have a problem, but that's the easy part.
Right.
That's the easy part. And everybody's all in there like, kumbaya, we're all going to be so happy and sober, and we're saying all this good stuff. And then you get out into the world and life is still there, and you're like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah, that's when the work starts. Right? Yeah. Ugh.
And it's so like, I joke because like I mentioned that I relapsed a few times, and I've had a year straight of sobriety most of the multiple times, and I talk about that first year was awful. Yeah. It was so hard, but like one of the things that I didn't realize in that first year though is like how actually incrementally like better life was getting, and it took a while to see that. And like even though I was feeling all of these things that like I wasn't used to feeling, and it became like after when it's kind of like climbing up a mountain, I guess, and you think, and it just doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere, or like you look up and you see like so much more to go, and then you're like, fuck it, and then you turn back around and you're just like, oh shit, that's really far down. Like I'm actually pretty high up this goddamn thing. Like there's no going back now.
Yeah.
Well, if you do go back, it's like it's going to be a hard tumble.
Mm-hmm.